This is going to be a trade recap on Boeing from November 16th, where I made $1,471 in 7 minutes. But before we get into the video, I want to be honest, my trading has not been the best this week, and I ended up giving all this back the next day over trading Tesla on the big gap up day. But I think this video is going to be good because it's showing what I'm currently struggling with, which I think a lot of people and especially new traders struggle with, is just holding losers. I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from. I think maybe that big loss kind of messed with me psychologically, and I'm just trying to get it back fast. And that leads to just breaking down mentally. And when things are not going in my favor pretty quick, I'm starting to hold them a little longer than before. And because of that, the losses are bigger, which has led to just not good trading overall. So one thing that I've done to try to help out with this is I've sized down a bit. Instead of trading 10 contracts, I'm now trading 5, kind of putting myself in timeout until I can build up that consistency again, get control of my emotions. And then once I do that, I will slowly work my way back up to 10. So now let's get into the technicals. Top-down approach, like always. To the left is the daily, and this is not showing the candle on the 16th. So this is what it looked like coming in that morning. So now some of the technical levels that I see that I want to trade around because Boeing gapped up was the prior pivot high, 193.95. Boeing has been really beat up, had a nice move higher, pulled back to the 9, has since had a nice move off the 9, and that prior pivot high is an area where I think if it gets through, it should keep going and possibly have that 200 magnet, and it's been really beat up. So you would think this would bring new buyers into this name. And also, another technical level that I see is if you look on the right, just keeping it really simple, 196.15. So those are the two technical levels that I'm trying to trade around. And like always, wait for Boeing to open. And I want to wait for some sort of opening range break or a flag pattern and then try to get a good entry. So now to get into the trade. So off the open, Boeing had a little bit of a pullback, tried to bounce, failed at VWAP, looked like it was going to go lower, a little bit of a double bottom, caught up to the 9 EMA. It's reclaimed VWAP. And this is a pattern that I've seen a lot. I think the thing that I've been getting in trouble with lately is trying to be a little too aggressive, anticipate a little too much. And also probably trading just too big a size. I should probably have very quickly sized down to 5 after that big loss. And I just kind of stuck with the same size just because I think emotionally I wanted to get that loss back really quick. So let's just continue trading big, which is a problem. But right now I have 10 195 calls loaded, 1 strike just out of the money. But right around that 194, it tested it before. It's coming up to it again. I was thinking if this could break that whole number, 194, let's see if this gets going. And the entry was okay. Like that's not a horrible setup. That's not a horrible pattern. And I got filled on the contracts at 491. This pretty quickly starts to go in my favor. Just got 60, 70 cents really fast. So what I should have done, focus aggressively on the contract price, seeing that I got in at 491, listen to my rule of don't let that go red. And I just kind of lost it right here. It comes back down to 490. Just get out of the trade, right? That had a nice pop. I wanted to go quick or get out. So now I was up a little bit and now I'm down on the trade rather than having got out at break even. And then this is where I'm just breaking a lot of rules and kind of what I've been struggling with for the last kind of 2 weeks or really since that big loss. Just holding the losers, not cutting them quick. And that's obviously not a good thing. And this candle starts to yank, which does not make me feel good. And I was really at this point doing a hold and hope, which is a bad place to be. So now I was just saying, could this possibly stop at the 9, hoping that it can reclaim VWAP, move back towards the highs, and just get me out of a bad position. My absolute worst case scenario is if this took out low a day, that was going to be my out. And there are different styles of trading, right? Like I'm sure there are some people who would buy right around 194 and without even thinking, they just say, all right, the stop is at low a day. I don't really care what it does in between. But that's not my style. As you can see in all my other videos, I try to get in right at the inflection point or right at an area where it should go almost instantly. And then when it doesn't go instantly, I need to get out just because I have a very stubborn personality. And as you can see right here, holding a loser and let that get down to minus $700 when had I just gotten out when this pulled back in, really it would have been flat. And then being flat is not a bad thing. And like I always say, I can reevaluate the setup, let it set up again. So that anticipation got me in a little early, and I had to deal with this pullback and be in a bad place mentally, knowing that I'm just holding a loser. I'm breaking my rules. I'm doing everything that I'm not supposed to do in this trade. And I got lucky. I got bailed out. It came back and ended up breaking high day and being a very nice move. But just because it did that does not mean I traded it well. For my style and my personality, I traded it really bad. But now this is starting to look better. Strong 1 minute candle off the 9, reclaimed the VWAP. Now it has a nice opening range, 195 to about 192. So if this takes out 195, there's probably going to be some sort of momentum move. So I'm just waiting for it to get there, and I'm just looking at the tape. Also feeling like I got a little lucky. I got bailed out of that. You do that 10 times, it only takes a couple times for you to ruin a week or a month by holding on to a loser. But that is a nice strong move coming up to 195. Tape starting to speed up a little bit. Want to see a break. 195.32 is high of day, and also knowing that there is pre-market high, a technical level above. Nice consolidation towards the high of day, coming up to 195. A lot of speed right there. You saw the tape really pick up fast, cleared high of day. Now just trying to give this a minute or two to really ride the move, because this just broke a technical level, and also knowing that there is another one above. So tape nice and fast, coming up to the whole number. Just want to see what it does. It got through an offer at 75, some size at 90s, gets right through 90s. It's just chewing through any sort of big offer. 196 had some size, trying to give this a minute to see if it can break through 196, because there's some offers there. And if it can break through it, it just goes to show that the buyers are clearly in control. And I want to continue to ride the move until it slows down. So 196 is now that whole number. Important level to get through. Some size on the offer. Ton of orders just went through the tape right there. So now get above 196. Just trying to hold out for another momentum push. What do we do at the half and whole number? Some size at 196.50, got right through it. Tape really starting to speed up. Coming into 197, it's been a very nice move. And now when it starts to slow down, I'm just going to get out of this. So I end up taking 8 off right there. And I have 2 left, just trying to see if we can get one more push. And it starts to pull back a bit. Can't really hold that 196, so I just get out of the last 2 and ended up making $1,471, which is awesome, but I did it in the wrong way. That's not my style. That's not how I usually trade. So overall, this trade was bad. And it also goes to show what I'm currently dealing with right now. I think I just kind of broke down a little bit mentally after that big loss. And that's the reality of trading, or at least my reality. Everything was going really well for a handful of months, and I'm in a little bit of a rut right now. So I'm just doing everything I can to hopefully get out of it. So that was the trade recap on Boeing, where I got lucky and made some money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.